your preferred wholesome radio.
A very beautiful morning to you. It's 32 minutes past 6 a.m. from the studio of Wells Radio 89.3 FM, your preferred wholesome radio. And we're reaching you live from Wells Broadcasting House along Alafin Avenue, Oluyole Estate, Ibadan. Good morning to you and welcome. This is another time for us to discuss issues that concerns us as Nigerians as we delve into the dailies with the hope of keeping you abreast about happenings all around Nigeria. So good morning and thank you for joining the conversation this morning. My name is Toluwaleke Alli and we're live on Facebook this morning at Wales Radio 893 FM fan page. At Wales Radio 893 FM fan page. We're live, and of course, as we go on the show, you can drop your comments, and when it's time, we'll be sure to take your comments on the show this morning. We're also live on YouTube at Wales Radio 89.3 FM. At Wales Radio 89.3 FM on YouTube. And you can also listen via our website on www.walesradio893.com. www.walesradio893.com. So listen via our website this morning as well. All right, as you know, together with the analyst in the studio this morning, like I said, we'll be delving into the dailies to check out some of the latest stories across our various national dailies. But first, let's check out the front pages of some of our national dailies this morning. We begin with the Punch newspaper. Above the masthead, bandits kill 30 in fresh Kwara Katsina attacks. That's on page 43. Genocide accusations. U.S. Congress panels hold new session on Nigeria today. That story is on page 2 of the Punch newspaper. The lead story on the front page of the Punch newspaper reads, Electricity subsidy. Federal government to deduct 3.6 trillion naira from Federation account as federal government begins sharing of power subsidy burden with states, local government. 1.2 trillion naira to be deducted yearly. And that story can also be found on page 2 of the Punch newspaper for this morning. MPO to Tinubu, regulate foreign platforms or lose Nigerian media. And story can be found on page 43 of the Punch newspaper. Convention showdown. PDP governors resist Wike's bloc's move to dismantle committees. That's on page 2 of the Punch newspaper. And those are the stories on the front page of the Punch newspaper for this morning. And also a special message from the Chief of Defense Staff, General Olufemi Oluyede, as they said that they reaffirmed the president's leadership is defined by restraint, responsibility, and readiness, and that the president seeks peace at all times, but remains prepared to act firmly against any threat to national safety. All right, moving on to the Vanguard newspaper this morning. Taxes fuel hike, slow business growth in January. That's according to NESJ report, and the story is on page 19. PDP, Makinde, Wike, fight dirty. It has two riders, no more vagabonds in PDP. That's according to Makinde. You are a repentant vagabond. Wike fires back. And the story is on page 5 of the Vanguard newspaper for this morning. On the front page of the Guardian newspaper, no retreat on reforms, Tinubu tells World Bank. And that is on page 3 of the Guardian newspaper. U.S. military sends team as bandits kill over 25 in Katsina. Story can also be found on page 3 of the Guardian newspaper this morning. PDP crisis deepens as Wike-backed faction dissolves structures. Makinde warns against hijack. And that story is on page 6. Media stakeholders task federal government on information sovereignty, digital threats. And that's on page 5 of the Guardian newspaper for this morning. Senate delay stalls electoral reforms as group warns of risk to democracy. Senate delays stalls electoral reforms as group warns of risk to democracy. And that is on page 6 of the Guardian newspaper for this morning. Moving on now to the front page of the Daily Trust newspaper. Hospital bill worse than cancer. That's according to a patient. And the story begins on the front page and continues on pages 3 and 4 of the Daily Trust newspaper for this morning. Community celebrates release of abducted bandits leader. That's on page 10 of the Daily Trust newspaper for this morning. ICPC detains ex-Nimasa boss, Jamo. That's also on page 30 of the Daily Trust newspaper. NECO, 9,016 candidates engage in malpractice. That's on page 6 of the Daily Trust newspaper. And the final story, drivers missing as Boko Haram intercepts trucks in Borno. And that's on page 37. Finally, to the front page of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper. Above the masthead, guessing game continues. The Senate fails to pass Electoral Act at third promise. That's on page 4. Senate proposes new revenue formula to favor federal government. The story is on page 2 of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper. Naira gains against dollar, closes at 1,372 naira 91 kobo per dollar. And that story is on page 5. Terrorism financing. Federal government arraigns Malami son on 5-count charge. The story is on page 2 of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper. And also on page 3, PDP crisis. Makinde fires another shot. We won't allow anyone to hold PDP down, he declares, and has 2 riders. Abdurrahman-led camp fixes March 29-30 as new convention dates. Party's management, staff, workers, institute declare loyalty to Turaki-led NWC. To check more on that story, check out page 3 of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper for this morning. 54% of Nigerian minors buy alcohol themselves. And that's according to NAFDAC. It's on page 16 of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper for this morning. And on page 11, and the health column, 4 in 10 cancer cases preventable. That's according to WHO. And that's all on the front pages of some of our national dailies for this morning. Right, welcome back. Joining me in the conversation this morning is our analyst Chukwemeka Munachi. So good morning, Chukwemeka.
Good morning, Tolu.
All right, good to have you on the show this morning. Let's begin with the story in the Guardian newspaper. U.S. military sends team as bandits kill over 25 in Katsina. Congressman vows to ensure Christians in Nigeria are protected. A team of United States military specialists has been stationed in Nigeria to help in the battle against Islamic militants, the top U.S. commander for Africa revealed yesterday. General Dagvin Anderson of U.S. Africa Command said the move came after recent talks in Rome with President Bola Tinubu, who in late December 2025 greenlighted American airstrikes in the country that targeted Islamic militants. The deployment of the American troops came as daredevil bandits reportedly killed more than 25 people in the Faskari local council of Katsina State. The incident, which occurred in Doma Tafoki community yesterday afternoon, was said to have led to scores of residents sustaining injuries. Although details of the attack are sketchy at the time of the report, the Guardian newspaper learns that the bandits stormed the community in their numbers and shot sporadically to scare residents. The incident is coming on the heels of peace deals entered into by over a dozen council areas and repentant bandits, with Faskari being among those who had entered the deal also. And the attack also came after the state government had agreed to release about 70 repentant bandits as a form of prisoner swap for 1,000 abducted residents who were voluntarily released by bandits. A recent report, however, indicated that the 70 suspected and convicted bandits might still be in security custody following backlash from stakeholders about the planned release. And same as what happened in Katsina, there was also a bandit attack that happened in Kwara State as well. And these are two different separate attacks that happened. 25 people in Katsina, that's in the Faskari local council. In Kwara State, at least 10 villagers were killed on Tuesday evening. That was just yesterday when bandits attacked the Woro and Nuku communities in the Kayama local government area. And the attacker suspected to be operating from the Bogo National Park forest in neighboring Niger State reportedly invaded at about 6 p.m., also firing sporadically and causing panic among residents. Several houses were also set ablaze during the attack. And a particular community leader who spoke on the condition of anonymity for security reasons confirmed the casualty figure. And according to him, the bandits invaded both communities in large numbers. In Katsina, they invaded in large numbers also, firing sporadically, scaring people getting injured, and all of that. And this is coming at the time that the U.S. is also, sending a team, a military team, down to Nigeria. Should we expect that the presence of the military team in Nigeria would actually help us and favor us this time around? And particularly, I'm interested in Katsina State because not long ago, the governor was ready to release 70, according to him, repentant bandits. This community that was attacked had also reached a peace deal with these said bandits as well. So that's, okay, this is what you want, take what you want, just don't attack our people anymore. And yet, they were still attacked. Should we say that they paid a different set of bandits and they were attacked by another set of bandits?
Look, Tolu, the question here is that the Nigeria is on the fringe. You understand what I'm saying? When something like this happens, look at what you just read this morning. 30 human beings killed in Kwara State. 25 human beings killed in Katsina State. For what reason? And yet we have a government. Why are these people killed? Are they killed because it is a crime to be a Nigerian? Are they killed because they have no money to pay to the bandits? When citizens begin to pay bandits for their survival, the government has failed. Look at what this man, General Olufemi Oluwede, is saying this morning, Chief of Defense Staff, that the president is doing something. What is the president doing concerning the insecurity that has ruined Nigeria? Look at General Christopher Musa, the Minister of Defense. He has joined APC. He's not a member of APC. Is that what we are supposed to be talking at this point in time? Why are we behaving the way we are behaving? Why are we really calling this country before the Committee of Nations? Look at what we just read. Human beings. Why? Because when you call those figures, if you don't add human beings, say when you say 30 killed, 30 what? Is it 30 goats or 30 cows? 30 human beings slaughtered by non-state actors. And yet, we have Minister of Defense, we have Chief of Defense Staff, we have soldiers. Soludo just sent soldiers to Onitsha market to go and defend and protect Onitsha market so that traders will come out. Is that that place? Is there any bloodshed there? Is there any fight there? Are soldiers supposed to be sent to market? While Nigerians are being killed in droves. What is wrong? I don't know why we started with this story. Because when it comes to this kind of thing, I become emotional because every Nigerian matters. Look, America is coming. But if Americans are, what have we done? What have we done that will bring in Americans to augment what we have already done? Have we done enough? Nobody is hearing National Security Advisor again. Everybody has gone to his individual houses of silence. Nobody is hearing of them again. Now, Nigerians have been slaughtered. What is the offense that these people have committed? Tell me, is it an offense to become a Nigerian? That 25 human beings will be killed, and yet we have people talking of 2027. You are not even talking of protecting your own citizens. What a shame, and what a country. We are not at war. Nobody has declared war. Look at the so-called peace treaty. I've said this in several times that look, you don't dialogue. The issue of banditry and terrorism is not a roundtable conference. You kill them, let them go to their maker. That's what the country should do. And Nigeria has all the instruments of cohesion at its disposal. Why are they treating them with kid gloves? Why are they pampering them? Is it because of where they're coming from? Why are they pampering? I've had this question. If these guys are doing this in the Southwest, do you think the military will just be taking selfie with them? What is actually going on in our country? Now, in the midst of all these things, the president is moving around, saying he's looking for bilateral relationship, bringing investors. Which investor will come to this kind of situation? Tell me. Which investor will ever come to Nigeria when you hear that citizens are slaughtered in droves, and yet there's no kinetic approach to these people? Actually, Tolu, at times I begin to wonder, I said, what is our politicians, do they really sleep? Because this thing we are talking, it affects us. Most journalists are having mental challenges. Honestly speaking, I'm telling you, when you read these things every day, it affects you. These people we call out, do they sleep? What do they drink before they sleep? Because I guess they must be taking something in order to forget about whatever is going on. What are you in government for? The reason why we have government is protection of lives and property. Are Nigerians protected? That's the question. Are we protected? Look at what we just... These people are human beings. So mothers, fathers, and children are being killed. Even during the Civil War, people didn't die this way. I saw the Civil War. I saw it. At times, in a week or two, there will be no death around us. My Reverend Father Matthew Hassan Kuka said it yesterday, that Nigeria is the only country where people die on daily basis in the hand of non-state actors. The killings in Nigeria are becoming too much. And this bloodshed, this innocent bloodshed, will not make this country to prosper. Honestly speaking, when people are dying for no reason, and we have people who are scheming for 2027, when all of us are dead, what are you going to preside over? Why can't we fix? And the government knows what to do, but the ability. Look at, we've been talking of state police. What is delaying them from bringing this state police on board? We are not talking about electoral bill. We know what to do. Electoral bill, go and check what is in the electoral bill. They are delaying in passing it. Go and check what is there. Because they want the status quo to continue. If you don't pass the electoral bill, Nigerians will lose confidence in whatever that is called electoral processes in this country. But when you pass that bill, some people who still are looking at our election and are still asking themselves, can I participate or not? They will be encouraged to participate because there are some provisions in that electoral act that will inspire confidence in Nigerians to come and still cast their vote. But why are they delaying in passing it? Why are they delaying in bringing state police on board? You know that imagine if Katsina State has state police. Do you think that these people will be coming inside the society and be shooting sporadically as they like? We know what to do. And the good book said, those who know what to do and refuse to do it, he said, woe unto them. I'm not the one. It's in the Bible. He said, those who know what to do and they don't do it, he said, woe unto them. That's what the Bible said.
All right, this is Perspectives Unlimited on Wales Radio 89.3 FM. This is, a very, very touchy part of the dailies almost every day.
Why?
And we just, everyone, for emotions are usually very high at times like this. Let's move on to.
I'm coming. America saying that to make sure that Christians in Nigeria are protected. Everybody should be protected, both Muslims and Christians. Muslims are created by God. Christians are created by God. Everybody must be protected. You know what I'm saying? Because all of us, because of our shared humanity, they don't care what it is. Protect everybody. Everybody must be protected.
All right, everybody must be protected. Okay, let's move on to other stories that we have this morning. Before we then come to the Electoral Act that you mentioned earlier. Tinubu to World Bank, economic reforms irreversible. This is from the Vanguard newspaper. President Bola Tinubu has assured a World Bank delegation led by Managing Director of Operations Anna Bijerde that Nigeria's bold economic reforms were irreversible, framing them as essential for harnessing the nation's vast potentialities amid its youthful population and arable land. Speaking at the State House after a briefing with the Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wale Edun, and the Vice President, Senator Kashim Shettima, President Tinubu expressed delight in the reunion and it doubled down on the reform trajectory, saying that since we Nigerians have gone into this tunnel of reform, we have our hands on power and we are never on the power and we are never going to look back. He acknowledged the initial hardships that drew a stark lesson in resilience. According to him, he said it is very clear that initially it was painful, difficult, but those who win are not the ones who give up on their way in difficult times. While positioning Nigeria as the heart of the continent that must act decisively, the president said agriculture was the key focus, highlighting mechanization drives already underway. Mentioned our arable land and so much more. All right. But the key thing is that we have started reforms. They are beginning to show, and we are not going back on the reforms because we are beginning to see the results. According to the president, yes, it was difficult initially, but now everyone is enjoying
the fruit. You're enjoying
reforms. That's what, according to the president.
Because I'm asking whether you are enjoying. They've been dangling fruits of reform before all of us. And I keep asking myself, where is this fruit? You understand? Those who have seen the fruit, they should call us and let us know where the fruit is. Then the question I'm asking is this. We have had it repeatedly that our GDP is growing.
Yes.
Yes, but look, GDP growth, as far as I'm concerned, is very cosmetic because citizens don't feel anything. GDP is growing and a Congo of Gary is a luxury. How do you juxtapose one over the other? How do you explain it?
But
look,
even the World Bank, commended our leadership.
Listen.
In fact, according to the person, she said she has been making Nigeria an example for presidents around.
Don't worry, I will take you back. World Bank and this Bretton Woods institution will never tell African leaders the honest truth. We did these austerity measures. We did a structural adjustment program. I don't know whether maybe you were still young then. You understand? We did all of this at the instigation of these institutions. How did we end up? We ended up becoming poorer and poorer. These reforms the president is talking about, how do you gauge the performance of your reform? How do you gauge the performance? Is it not by looking at the lifestyle of the citizens, the welfare of the citizens? Can Nigerians come out now and say, yes, we are seeing the fruits of the reforms? Which fruit are we seeing? You understand? So because everything that has to do with the economy has to do with the people. If your reform is reflecting on the people, that the people are getting jobs. He mentioned youthful population.
Yes.
How many of our youth are engaged?
Let me pause you for a bit there. Let's go on a break. When we get back, we'll continue on this particular conversation.
89.3 FM, your preferred wholesome radio.
Christ Ambassadors International College is a private, co-educational Christian day and boarding school located at Alli Avenue, Oluyole Estate, Ibadan. We offer a blend of Nigerian and British curricula designed to nurture global leaders with godly values. With world-class facilities, exciting co-curricular programs, exceptional pastoral care, and outstanding academic results, we ensure your child's dream becomes a reality. Our entrance examination for 2026-2027 academic session will hold on Saturday, 14th February 2026 at 8 a.m. For inquiries, please call 0704 530 8414 or 0814 177 2806 or visit www.christambassadorscollege.com. Christ Ambassadors International College, nurturing global and godly scholars.
Are you hungry for something delicious? Food that feels like home but tastes like pure luxury? Then welcome to Honeydew Restaurant, where every meal is made to make you smile. From our smoky jollof to rich ofada sauce to a variety of delicious soups like egusi, eforiro, and more, paired with your favorite proteins and hot, freshly made swallows, all made for you to enjoy. We also handle bulk orders in liters, fresh and ready whenever you need it. We deliver it to your doorstep. At Honeydew, it's not just the food, it's the feel. With our beautiful ambience, perfect for your romantic dates, family outings, or your quiet, relaxing evening escape. Join us every last Friday of the month at 7 p.m. for karaoke night with Jayola and enjoy music, games, food, drinks, and free mocktails and cocktails as you sing your hearts out. Visit us at Plot 42, Block 8, Alaafi Avenue, beside Wells Radio, Oluyole Estate, Ibadan. For your doorstep delivery or inquiries, call or WhatsApp 0814-691-6635, 0814-691-6635. Honeydew Restaurant, where every meal is made to make you smile.
How long will it take you to confirm payment? I have been waiting for the past 1 hour.
I'm so sorry. Our network is slow. I will just run out of data.
Same excuse yesterday. It is unacceptable, please. You better switch to One Data Internet Service.
One Data?
Yes, One Data. One Data is an internet service provider with the best alternative and solution for unlimited speed. One Data provides fast and reliable internet service to organizations, homes, and places of interest in Nigeria. With One Data, you get to enjoy the premium internet service with dedicated unlimited internet speed at all times, 24/7 fantastic customer service and support, and you enjoy a 1-month free subscription when you make payment. Now is the time to say goodbye to downtimes. Sign up with One Data today on 0811-223-2671 or visit www.onedata.ng for more inquiries. One Data, unlimited speed.
The Financial Services Regulation Coordinating Committee, FSRCC, in collaboration with the National Broadcasting Commission, NBC, wishes to draw the attention of the public to the activities of illegal financial operators, IFOs, which threaten public trust and the stability of the Nigerian financial system. The general public is hereby advised to refrain from dealing with unlicensed financial operators who deceive individuals with unrealistically high investment returns. Verify the licensing status of such schemes on these websites: www.cbn.gov.ng, www.nicom.gov.ng, www.pencom.gov.ng, www.sec.gov.ng, www.fsrcc.gov.ng. To report any suspicions of illicit financial activities, call CBN 0817-665-7060, 0707-338-4828, SEC 0209-462-1168. Announcer, FSRCC.
Yo, what's up?
Baby, let's go! Hey there! Want to stay connected to your favorite radio station? Follow us on social media for the latest updates, entertaining wholesome content, and behind-the-scene peaks. We're on Instagram at Wells Radio 893, Facebook Wells Radio 893 FM fan page, X Wells Radio 893. Follow our WhatsApp channel Wells Radio 89.3 FM. Get a scoop on upcoming shows, giveaways, and events. Also get to interact with your favorite presenters and share your thoughts on our posts and stories. Join the conversation and stay tuned into Wells Radio 89.3 FM, your preferred wholesome radio.
89.3 FM, your preferred wholesome radio.
All right, welcome back. This is Your Perspectives Unlimited on Wales Radio 89.3 FM. We're live on Facebook at Wales Radio 893 FM fan page. At Wales Radio 893 FM fan page. And on YouTube at Wales Radio 89.3 FM. On Facebook, you can drop your comments and I'll be sure to take them this morning. We're talking about the reforms.
Yes, we are talking about the reforms before we went on that break. The president mentioned arable land.
Yes, he did.
What are we doing with the arable land that we have? How many farmers are going to the farm? He mentioned youthful population. How many Nigerian youths are gainfully employed? You see, IMF, World Bank will always come to tell African leaders what they want to hear. But the situation on the ground is saying different thing. This arable land that the president mentioned, how many people are going to farms? Somebody called one of our programs last week. He said, these people they kidnapped at Kajuru, 177 people, and they're asking them to pay 250 million with 20 motorcycles. He said, where will the farmers get that money when they have not been to their farms for the past 5 years? Arable land. We have the land, but have you secured the land? What provision have you made for farmers to go back to the land? We are telling World Bank that yes, the reforms, we are still going back because we have arable land. Is it having arable land that will put food on our table? Is it not human beings that we go to that arable land? 30 people killed in Wara, 25 killed in Kasena, and probably some of these people are farmers. Which farm?
Communities that depend on agriculture.
The people in Benue State killed. Taraba, many churches burnt in Taraba last week. Arable land. What are we doing? In fact, Tolu, at times you begin to wonder, said, why can't we be honest to ourselves and tell ourselves that, look, these things are not working? Can we go back? When the cure is worse than the sickness, what do you do? Because it's not enough to tell World Bank the reform is ongoing. The resilience of the people. We have arable land, youthful population. What are we doing with these things that will have spurred us into action? If the arable land are cultivated, we will be where we are today. But how can they be cultivated when people are not going to farm? Go to all the parts of the north. There is insecurity everywhere, and the farmers cannot go to farm. Why are the prices of foodstuffs so expensive? Because people are not going to farm. 3 miserable tubers of yam I saw yesterday. The girl was telling me 3,500 miserable tubers of yam. That thing, when times were good, that thing should not be more than 1,500. Arable land and youthful population. Go and check what our youths are engaged in.
All right, you can be a part of the conversation this morning by calling the phone lines 0916 893 1000, 0916 893 1000, or 0915 333 4893. 0915 333 4893. You can also call 0911 3333 893. 0911 3333 893. Or drop your WhatsApp messages on 0915 4999 893. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. These are the
welcome to the show, Aderonke.
Insecurity. Only those when we are going to overcome the insecurity ravaging the country. And it seems our leaders do not even care. Because strikes were being done on a daily basis. So they should please grant state police, at least this will curb the insecurity we are facing in the country. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you for your take on the show this morning. Adironke 0916-893-1000, 0915-333-4893 or 0911-33-893. And on WhatsApp, you can drop your messages at 0915-4999893, 0915-4999893. Your comments on Facebook at Wales Radio 893 FM fan page. At Wales Radio 893 FM fan page. Now let's move to the Punch newspaper. The lead story on the front page of the Punch newspaper this morning. Electricity subsidy. Federal government to deduct 3.6 trillion naira from the Federation account. The federal government has proposed a 3.6 trillion naira deduction from the Federation account to fund electricity subsidies in 2026, 2027 and 2028. A move designed to distribute the financial burden across federal, state and local governments. The move represents a decisive step by the federal government to confront the rapidly mounting electricity subsidy debt, which has severely constrained liquidity across the power sector, while also strengthening fiscal transparency by making subsidy obligations explicit and better accounted for. The deduction proposal, detailed in the medium-term expenditure framework fiscal strategy paper for 2026 to 2028, analyzed by one of the Punch newspaper's correspondents on Tuesday, reflects a strategic shift towards distributing the financial burden of the power sector across all tiers of government amid growing concerns over unsustainable debts and systemic inefficiencies. Last night, the president said that the payment of electricity subsidy will no longer be the sole responsibility of the federal government. It's now going to be shared between the federal government, the state government, and the local governments.
Okay. Somebody called yesterday. Okay, you can.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
It's Ruth calling from Alakia.
Welcome to the show, Ruth.
Thank you. Transferring electricity subsidy with states may look reasonable, but will it be guided by transparency? Because we know that some states are already financially strained. So I will just keep employing the people in government to fix the power sector and not just shift responsibility alone, because we want stable power supply in Nigeria so that businesses can strive. So many businesses have collapsed due to all this, so they should please do the needful on time. Good morning.
All right, good morning. Thank you so much.
It's not even, the question is not even that states are getting more than they've been getting. But why should the federal government collect all the taxes? And you shift the blame, and you shift payment of subsidy, electricity to the states. Do you share the tax you collect with them also? That's the question. So it's like, okay.
Hello.
Hello, good morning, West Radio.
Good morning, sir.
Sir.
Hello.
Okay, you are collecting something from which you ought to share with the states and local government, and you are keeping those ones, but you are passing the responsibility of electricity tariff on the states and local government. Why not share from the tax also? Why not give them also what you are getting from the tax? Just like what this Hishba in Kanu or some of the parts of the north are doing. You don't drink beer. You destroy alcoholic drinks, bottles, go all over the place destroying them. But when it comes to VAT, on the same alcohol, you collect it. Is that not hypocrisy? So what are you saying? That's exactly what the federal government is doing. If you want the states and local governments to share in the burden, you also should share with them what you are collecting as tax from all these things around. You know what I'm saying? So it's not, the issue is this. If we have a minister of power who knows exactly what power is all about I don't think we'll be where we are today. You don't blame the Minister of Power. They put him there. And this man his background is not in anything that has to do with power. I keep saying it that when you carry a square peg and put it in a round hole, it will not perform. It will not. And when Nigeria keep on making that mistake, somebody that has no background in a particular thing, you put him there. Imagine somebody now, I have background in journalism or whatever, you go and put me in sports. Or you go and put me in to become Minister of Health. What do I know? Even if you bring an expired, why will I know that this drug has expired?
Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning, sir.
Good morning, madam. This is better. My name is Salami. I'm calling from Awoton.
Welcome to the show, Mr. Salami.
Yeah, good morning, Salami.
It's okay, madam. Thank you, Marisma. You see, for me, I think Nigeria is just becoming a land of drama, almost on a daily basis, especially from if people getting what's under this administration. Ask me why. I'm surprised. I keep hearing about electricity subsidy in trillions. It now means it's not seems to me as if just as we are getting out of the fuel subsidy scandal, we are even moving to the power subsidy now. The other power subsidy scandal. That's just it. What is the essence of privatizing a public utility? Is it not for more efficiency? I think it's not for profitability. Is it not for efficiency? How much was Nigeria even spending on NEPA when NEPA was a public organization? Now, to the extent that now the national government is talking of 3 trillion 3 trillion naira plus for electricity something. I don't know why. What are we doing about fixing that sector? Because it just means that the way they are talking of kind of producing, generating electricity, they've lost it. That's not the truth. So, and they need to do something. Now, my appeal to state governors now, for me, now that even some state governors too have now agreed that there is more money, more fund to states, why can't even governors embarking and empowering their citizens for solar? Like about 2 million, 2.5 million naira, we put a standard solar in a home. State governors can do this, so just kind of maybe on low basis, so that at least they keep revolving certain amount around that. Everybody will get, and before you know it, LBDC, Discourse, Genco will become like Lightel. So they will be redundant without enough of electricity standard, power standard under this administration. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much.
There is a lot of money in that sector. A lot of money. You understand? You know, he started with Obasanjo. How much did Obasanjo spend on it? $16 billion electricity. There is a lot of sleaze going on in that sector. And that's why every administration coming administration and the Nigerians don't get to see what actually the money we are spending on the electricity. And this thing is affecting the economy. You say you want to bring in investors. The national grid collapsed 3 times in a month. And you want to bring it. Are they coming with their own generator? No. It's that's the question. Are they coming? You see, sit down and walk. Sit down and fix insecurity. Tackle it headlong. Sit down and tackle electricity. That's what Nigerians are not asking for too much. They are not asking for too much. They are asking for the basic things that citizens should enjoy in a country. There are some areas they have no light. Somebody called from Elugu some time ago. They bought the transformer. They bought the pole. They bought the cable. These people came and carried everything, fixed it. Come and connect it now. It has become a problem. A country. Then what is the essence of having a government? And we are speaking grammar on power. Every time on power. Every time we even mulling the idea of exporting power to neighboring countries. Meanwhile, there is domestic deficit. So what are we saying? What are we doing? Why should we continue to roll this way every now and then? And everything appears that our leaders are just fixated on 2027. I don't understand.
0916-893-1000, 0915-333-4893, or 0911-333-893. Now let's move on to the Daily Trust newspaper, where the Senate proposes new revenue formula to boost federal government spending. So the Senate has proposed a review of the current revenue sharing formula among the 3 tiers of government, seeking to allocate more funds to the federal government. The proposal is contained in a constitutional amendment bill titled Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999, Alteration Bill 2026, sponsored by Senator Karimi Sunday, who is representing the Kogi West, which passed the first reading during plenary yesterday. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, the beautiful radio woman.
Good morning, sir.
Thank you. This is Gengamari calling from Apacha.
Welcome to the show, Mr. Gengamari.
Thank you very much. Mr. Chukwuemeka, I can see your ground on the insecurity that we have in this country. Through your voice, I knew that things are not working well. Talking about the security situation in the country. But, well, we have no option. The only thing we can be doing as a citizen is to be hopeful and be praying that God will ease the tension of this insecurity in the country. And thank God for U.S. military. When that comes to our rescue, I learned they are in Nigeria that they are trying to work with our security personnel in the country. It's a good one. But one advice I would like to give to them is this, the American soldiers, is that if you try not to share some of the intelligence they gather from those bandits before they strike, because we know we have saboteurs among the security personnel, even among the civilians. So let them do the work. Let them say we pray for their safety, and we pray that whatever they come to do in the country, we come to successful at the end of the day. And lastly, on the issue of I think we talked about the PDP, right?
No, we didn't. No, we didn't.
Okay, thank you very much, and God bless.
Thank you. All right, thank you. So the sharing formula that's being proposed by the Senate now is for the federal government to receive 52.68%, states 26. Okay, that's the previous formula. Okay, so the previous formula is that the existing formula now is that the federal government takes 52.68%, states get 26.72%, and local governments get 20.60%. But now, the Senate is proposing that, the federal government gets more than what they are getting presently. Now, this is coming also as the federal government has also said that, this electricity subsidy, we're going to be sharing it. Now, how would states and local governments be able to cough out their own share if the Senate is proposing that they get lesser than what they are getting presently?
That's why I'm telling you that is not tenable. You understand? The federal government will get more. Then you are asking those getting lesser to contribute. But
should a higher percentage even be considered going to the federal government to fund their spending?
Tolu, let me even tell you something. You see why when people blame Obasanjo for the problems of our democracy, at times you begin to agree with them. When we started this democratic experiment, we had astute politicians, real politicians, not these sons of Eli we have all over the place. Toluwaleke was the Senate leader. He was a man of, he's not a man Friday to anybody. A man who believes in what he was talking about. Obasanjo didn't like that kind of person who has a mind of his own. He needed somebody that he can manipulate. And Toluwaleke was sent out. Since that time till today, every president has always needed somebody they can put in the pocket. In a robust democracy, the Senate and the House of Rep, they will quiz the executive. Why do you want more? Tell us what you want to do with what we are asking from. So now, and they are going to get it. This thing you just said, Nan, the executive will get it because the Senate is already in the pocket of the executive, which is what started when Obasanjo was in power. If we had not played that game that time, I think every president that comes, we know that I don't know the kind of Senate president I'm going to get. But in Nigeria today, every president shops for his own Senate president because he wants somebody that whatever he wants, he will get it. Look at what Lawan, the Senate president under Buhari, said, that if Buhari brings any paper, he will sign it even when he closes his eyes. Is that how to? Is there any robust engagement that will give people dividends to democracy? We can't have it. So this thing we are talking now, the executive will get that thing because there's nothing like checks and balances. Whatever the executive wants, the Senate will approve because that is the reason why every president will bring in somebody that they can tell, oh, this is what I want you to do, and the person will do it. And it is not fair that you are getting, what are you funding? Even the local governments we are talking of, where is the local government? Do we still have local government? That's another kettle of fish. That's the $1 million question. Do we still
are they getting their allocations? Are they getting,
when you are paying the money to the accounts of the states? So where are the local governments?
Hello.
Yeah, it's Mary again. You think I'm Mary once again?
Welcome back, sir.
Now I want to quickly talk about what Mr. President said concerning what he told the World Bank, that some of the reforms embarked on can never be renegotiated.
Yes.
Thank you. Now the thing is this. I think one of the duty of this season is to call our leaders to order when they make mistakes. And that's what we want to do this morning. Number one, some of the reforms are batting hard. You can recall when Jonathan reversed the price of fuel, when there was an increase of, I think, 15 naira or thereabouts. You know how Nigerians voted when we marched from our base destination down to the secretariat and thereabouts. And now, petroleum in the price of PMS are being constantly increasing in the country on a monthly basis. And the president is telling us that I cannot reverse some of those things. When you look at the tax reform that took effect from January, I knew what happened to my salary when I got the salary. I knew what really happened, which is not a good one. So I think what the president is telling us, they are not the reality. And I think it is high time he tries to look at some of those reforms and do what's needed for Nigeria. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Gbengamari. All right, that would be where we'll be wrapping up on the show for today. It's been amazing being on the show this morning. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me, Tolu. God bless Nigeria.
All right. Thank you so much to everyone who has been a part of the show today. As I would always say, wherever it is that you find yourself, always ensure that you put Nigeria out there in good light. So whatever situation that you find yourself, even if you're not within Nigeria, please ensure that you do well to put Nigeria out there in good light. God bless you. God bless Nigeria. I am Toluwaleke Alli. Have a great day ahead.
Please listen to this important information. The views expressed by the interviewee in this program are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views or opinions of Wells Radio 89.3 FM or its affiliated entities. Wells Radio 89.3 FM is committed to providing a platform for diverse perspectives and opinions, and the views expressed by guests on our programs are their personal viewpoints. Wells Radio 89.3 FM does not endorse or take responsibility for the content or opinions expressed by individual interviewees and callers. Thank you.
It's unbeatable.
You know the vibes when you tune into Wells Radio. Your preferred awesome radio. 89.3, they carry me go. I just follow, they carry me go. You know the vibes when you tune into Wells Radio. Your preferred awesome radio. 89.3, they carry me go. I just follow, they carry